Veritas. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
You look great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And you'll come. Oh no. Floral. You matching the flowers. Actually.
I'm feeling quite floral today.
Yeah. You should see the backyard.
Yes.
The front yard actually is more. That's popping. Those rose bushes are extravagant.
Yes. Yes.
So it's pretty pleasant.
It's that time of year. The
It
flower
is.
realm is here to heal us, to make us feel joyful and happy, to give us beauty. It is the beauty that is the wealth. That's why those who can have beautiful things around.
Yes, indeed. So today, welcome everyone. We know you need a little time to roll in, but today we're talking about stop waiting for somebody to save you. You are the one here to save yourself. However, our card pull is motivation. You were born for this time. It's time to awaken and remember. So we're going to be discussing that and how there is this understanding that we chose this. You know, there's some level of we signed up for the job, Joe Bob.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
most of us like, man, I didn't choose this.
How many
I
times
would
have
have never chose these
our
parents.
clients are always saying that. They're saying,
Yeah.
"What do you mean I chose this? I didn't choose this."
Well, you know, it's funny because it happens even in the moment-to-moment experience of like when people feel like they're enslaved. It's like, I didn't, how could I have attracted this? Like, you gave consent. Maybe it was your unconscious. You know how people were like, I'm sorry, that was my unconscious. I didn't mean it. It wasn't me. So maybe it was their unconscious, but it was you.
Yes,
But this
that's
is more
true.
of like an upswing, motivational, like empowerment to remember. And we're at such a beautiful time because deconstruction's happening,
Yeah,
which gives way for something new to be
yeah.
built.
Fall of an empire is the opportunity for a new dynamic.
So at some point, I'd like to bring forth some of the questions that the divine feminine and divine masculine posed for us to, like,
Absolutely.
the idea of bringing out your purpose and what are you withholding, because there are things that are we are designed to do at this time, but if you're so busy with like, man, why am I here? Beam me up. You know, there's a young lady who made a song called Earth is a Ghetto, I Want to Leave. And she's over here pleading her case through lyrics and song for aliens to come beam her up.
No, don't do that.
It's another rendition of the rapture.
Yeah, it's another rendition of somebody asking for something they don't know what they're asking
Oh
for.
yeah, you better watch out. Might probe you. Put an implant in you. All right, so we're not here to talk about interdimensional beings or extraterrestrials or hyperdimensional beings, but we are going to talk about the concept of acceptance of our purpose and being here and what we came to do. And so before we do that, just a few announcements. Uh, we were talking about the Flora Kingdom,
Yes.
and every Monday, Lauren does her live stream,
Yes.
Flowers and Frequency with Lauren of the Sun, and she brings forth the consciousness of a unique flower. She did crab apple blossom recently, and she actually has a service. It's not quite on the site yet. It's been VIP. She's been giving it out. Like, here's a ticket for you. Here's a golden floral ticket for you. And I had the experience yesterday, and it was mind blowing. It
And
was
your
wow.
flower was?
My flower was lemon blossom,
Yes.
and she didn't even know this, but I love lemons. I'm on liquids right now, but if I'm not eating them, I'm juicing them. If I'm not juicing them, I'm inhaling the aroma
Yes.
therapy, and it was so magical. And there's this concept called the living library, and we are living in that reality
Yes.
through the communication with other life forms, other forms of consciousness in general, is what we teach here. And what she brings forth is an extension of that. And it's primarily because she was bringing back information millions of years ago. She was bringing information that correlated with you and I's relationship, the karmic and like the contracts. And it was like, how did you find all that in a flower? But I saw the correspondence, and guess what? I was tearing up. I'm outside in the sun, tearing up from how deep the information landed. So be on the lookout. We're going to keep you posted and updated once it's up on the site so you all can indulge in this experience and also get a healing
Yes.
from the consciousness of the flower and a communication that's specifically for you. And so until then, you can catch her every Monday, 6 p.m. on the Of the Sun, Lao Tzu of the Sun YouTube channel.
Highly recommend it. Highly recommend
It's
it.
good stuff. I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't know it was going to be that good. I was like, damn.
Yeah, we may have to have a story time on these.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So then continuing throughout the week, we have Diane, Amaka Studio One, bringing forth midday meditation. So these midday meditations, they're also in conjunction with light body movement. So we are in the throat chakra with light body movement. Watch this. Watch this. Diane is here in the audience. You see me, Diane? You see me? Hold on, they can't quite see the mudra. You see the mudra? So every Wednesday, she's doing some type of meditation, and a frequent reoccurrence are mudras, and this is a mudra for stimulating the third eye chakra. And you can hold it like this, you can hold it like that. I was like this. I had to stop doing laundry. She's here in the audience. I had to stop doing laundry to participate because I was like, I gotta get this. And funny enough, I used to do weird things like that with my hands when I was a little kid, and like unconscious stuff. So I love the mudras, and being in the space, I could feel the expansion of the activation. And so for, again, anyone who is pacing with light body, join Diane on Wednesdays. And if you're not, you can still join in on the fun and elevation. And again, incorporate these different techniques and teachings in your daily practices.
These are ancient energy practices. The hands are an extension of the brain, and they do activate when they are brought into clarity of how our technology works. Join Diane. This is really wonderful.
Yeah,
it's a way to expand, grow, make new brain cells.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
New brain cells. Come on, brain cells. Talk to your body. Right? All right. So, we see we got a couple of people joining in. And look at Red House. Welcome, everyone. Just a little heads up. We're talking about motivation today. Is our card pull. You were born for this. It's time to awaken and remember. But we're midway in our announcements. We're almost done here, and then we're going to jump into our content. And so also this Friday, we have, again, Diane live streaming the Divination Workshop. So working with the Call for the Truth Divination cards, and you can come in for a group session. I'll be guest hosting with her this Friday, so we're looking to have some fun. And then next week, Friday, will be Quantum Light Property Clearing Chronicles. And so we're going to be diving deep with Diane, myself, Lauren, and Tiffany, all seasoned practitioners with multiple vantage points or facets of quantum light property clearing, and sharing the power and truth through our own stories. And so we're always having a good time there. So again, these are all on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we have upcoming, we're still actually in Soul Translation. We just completed our first day, Soul Translation, the Luminous Light Method. People are having a really good time. The first day was focused on who are you? Who are you? Because like everything that follows requires you to have that in the pocket. And before I go any further, Lotte, do you have any thoughts on Luminous Light Method?
I'd like to talk about that, but before I do, I want to say that all of the things that were previously mentioned are free. This is part of our orientation to make sure that we give first. So everything that you've heard about, all of the activities online, all of these are free things. If you want to go deeper, then you can get a class or a service, but these are all things so that we can introduce you to levels of expansion that you don't even know you want yet. So
right, you end up, I didn't even know I wanted this, but this is cool. Thank you, Lotte. Of the Sun.
So in terms of light body movement, it is so important that you get that light in your life, because you are the light, and you have been, it's a psyop. We've been taught that we are not the light, but in fact we are. And now we're in the third eye and about to go next month into the crown, and then we're going to do another cycle and another one until we all light up.
And another one.
Yes, so it's very exciting. The idea of opening the third eye is your birthright. And even though there are many, many, many musical, meditational, all kinds of things on YouTube that tell you how to do it, all kinds of things you can buy and participate in, this is working. And everyone in the class is becoming more light. You are encouraged to get you some of that light. come join the Light Body Movement. It is priced for participation.
That's right. You're going to get your worth and then some. So, and then lastly, new services alert. Some of you may be aware, some of you may not be, but we have a shaman on board.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about Lota. I'm talking about shaman Stephanie
Yes.
of the Sun. And she is bringing forth shamanic spirit-animal connection and shamanic soul retrieval. So bringing forth the union between you and the aspect of your consciousness that archetypally manifests through animal form. And if you've lost some pieces throughout your soul's experience, she'll help you gain them back. And there's many people who experience soul loss through various forms of trauma. And so these are common services, but these are all through the lens of the Sun as well. And so you can find this on the Of the Sun website also. And that essentially wraps up our announcements at this time. Ready to dive into this convo? You ready, Lota?
Yes.
All right, so again, welcome everybody. Just want to give a quick shout out to everybody who's joining us, who's making themselves known in the chat. Lakesh Veritas, Stephanie Singletary, Leon Eris, in Lakesh Studio 1, 2 times. She's here in person. And Russ in the house. May the light of the sun embrace your soul and brighten your beautiful day. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing, Russ. CC Tree, Stacy OTS, Delilah Burrows, Sonia McCraney. Hold on a second. People are commenting more. Mario of the Sun, here I am, Sacred Warrior, in Lakesh Veritas to you all. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there. Julianne is here. Beautiful day. I am Elijah Wood. Peace, the greatest and highest truth, wisdom, love, prosperity, and light. Grateful for this space of expansive beauty and life. That kind of rhymed.
Yes.
Thank you. And then we got Gina in the house. And Lakesh Veritas, much respect, honor, gratitude, integrity, discipline, and action to you to enlighten souls and everyone else in Of the Sun. So we are here. Our card pull today, motivation. You were born for this time. It is time to awaken and remember. And the book further states, you are the one with your hand saying, pick me, pick me. I feel like that's like, put me in the game, coach. I could do it. I can do it. I could. That's what it feels like. Like, we looking at the simulations. Now I look crazy down there, but like I got the prerequisites. I got the credentials. I'm incarnated in this family. Matter of fact, I'm gonna link up with so-and-so. Then I'm gonna, somewhere after accumulating the trauma that I need to learn and grow and be greater, I'm gonna link up with Of the Sun. And then we gonna pop off, right? So it's feeling like that, but I don't know if everybody feels that way though. You know, like the human experience, like I said earlier, some of our clients are like, I didn't choose this. So I don't know that everybody remembers, Lota.
I'm sure everybody doesn't remember, but we did. We remember you wanted this, you chose this, and
it took time though. It took time. Like I didn't start off remembering. I had amnesia too, but at some point, you know, the math starts mathing.
Yes.
And you see, but I think, well, from my experience, what has helped me accept it is oneness, but then like calling forth truth and correction. In accepting, like seeing like nothing's by happenstance, right. And seeing the connections and like embracing them.
There you go. Nothing is by happenstance.
Yeah. But then also like the things that naturally arise within me that I want to bring forth to the world, like what I see the world needs. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see the continuity or the connected dots, so to say.
Yes, it's very interesting because we think of ourselves as somewhat finite, even though we know that we are not. We know that there was before the birth canal and that there is after the casket, so to say.
The afterlife.
Yeah, the here, after, the afterlife, that it's right in front of us. The language is designed for it. But we don't realize, one, just look at what is happening on this planet. This is the biggest story in the universe right now. We, just as in everything, you can't isolate a frequency. Frequency goes to wherever it's drawn to. So everything that's happening on this planet is being further experienced in the outer galaxy and into the greater universe. You knew that. You were like, oh, maybe I could work it out where I could get it, you know, because there's a long line for Earth, but I think...
It is, because people want bodies.
There's a long line for coming to Earth, but I think I
Yes.
could. I think I could get in there and make a difference. I see that this is going to be quite an experience, and that even for the ones who don't have bodies, for the ones who do have bodies, for the ones who are interdimensional, for the ones who are intergalactic, for the ones who are universal, for the ones who are earthbound, there's an opportunity here to build and see what it's like at the end of a epoch.
Yeah.
This is the end of an empire and the beginning of a new one. This is the sixth Earth. We're going to get it right. We already got the timeline in our favor. We know for sure some of them are going to get it right.
Yeah, look, you said something, I think it was in one of the classes, and it was so funny, but it's real. Like, it's like, look, this might not be the round for you, and it's okay. It's okay. And I think it's funny because, like, some of us, you've mentioned this, like, there are people who are here who are willingly looking to check out, which it's okay. It's okay. But then there's some who, like, in this in between of ebb and flow of, like, I'm gonna do it, but, like, trauma triggers, I'm gonna do it, they kind of ebb and flow with the stepping into the purpose. So, like, how can people move into remembrance?
It's so interesting that there must be this spark of respect for life, yours first. How about we respect the life you have inside your body first? And once you have that respect for life, then it's easier to see what must be done in honor of the respect for life. Is it necessary that you feed yourself appropriately? Is it necessary that you tell yourself the truth and not the lies? Is it necessary that you surround yourself with that which is upright and clean and wholesome? Or is it okay to just float down that dirty stream into the swamp? That's what's being presented to us, and everything is encouraging us to take on more debt, take on more obligation, take on more toxins, take on more need to make yourself feel better, to make yourself pretend to be better. All of that is happening, but once you get the little bit of edge of, like, ooh, I can see in the ones I come from a spark of something that leads to more than the devastation of humanity. And I may be the one who was brought here to assist them and possibly others. When that inkling of a thought comes in, it fuels the ability to push away the thing that would destroy your intestines, to push away the thing that would end your life early because of the toxicity of it, to push away the behavior and the experiences, to allow yourself, as each decade comes, to be different in each decade, to forgive yourself for whatever has happened to you, and recognize that you are a set of frequencies. You are coming into this world a set of previously designed frequencies that include your epigenetics and your ancestry, and that you might have some overcoming to do.
Yes, I agree. Hey, your kimono is hanging a little bit. I think the mic. Matter of fact, may I re-mic you?
Yes.
Just a moment, everybody. Can't have her going out like that. You know what I mean?
You want to mic this part?
I was gonna do it right on the chain.
Okay. Yeah, something that doesn't move.
Yeah. Boom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have re-mic'd.
Re-mic'd and ready to go.
So if we understood that we come here with all of this accumulation of frequencies from all that we are touching, then we can more easily see, oh, I see grandma's experience, and I see what happened to my great-great-grandfather, and I see when we lived in South America, what happened. And then you can then know that this in reality is mutable. You don't have to just be that. You can rise up and decide to be more, or to be different, or to be better, or just to be uniquely whoever you are in whatever your point of view is, and it's okay. what happened to those who are our most recent relatives and ancestors is that they were so limited, they didn't know that there were other choices. So sometimes when a person doesn't want to be here and they're contemplating leaving sideways or some such thing, they don't realize there's options. They feel like there's no options. The person says, well, what else can I do? I'll have to do the terrible thing. But that's not true. That's the limitation that we've been boxed into. So once you can open up and see that there's other options, and they all don't include, what was that you were saying the woman had the song about? Asking aliens to come get you.
Earth is a ghetto.
Yeah.
I wanna leave. Can you beam me up?
Yeah.
I won't sing the rest.
All the options are not that one.
Beam me.
It might be that you are
Beam
here
yourself up.
to make your environment more pleasant for you and everyone else. And it may mean that you have to sacrifice one of your favorite things. Like if your favorite thing is eating lollipops, you might have to sacrifice that.
I've learned that like to get to where we were designed to go, much has to be sacrificed, because what we've adopted and accepted as truth is not the truth. What we've adopted as attributes, behavioral traits, it's not the truth of who we are. More and more as we go through this process of shedding old identity and embracing new identity, I'm like, dang, like I'm not whoever I thought I was.
I have left so many suits of me behind. You know, when you live long enough, you take off whatever you learned in
shedding of the skin
in grammar school, and you leave it. Then you take off what you learned in high school, and then you leave what you took your first love affair, and then you leave. You know, you move on to your first job. You take off those things and decide this can be my new frequency. My expansion is my new frequency. I don't have to live by the wounds and the slings and arrows of the past. I don't have to live from one wound to another. I don't have to live from one limitation to another. I can release that, forgive myself, recognize that if I hold on to it, I get to keep it. The only way to free myself, to redeem yourself, is to release it. You can't redeem yourself from someone beating you up if you won't release it. Mm. You know, so that's the conundrum that most people have. It's like, well, but they did it. Yes, but your frequency wasn't matched.
See, that's where the oneness comes in.
Yes.
That's where the seeing yourself in the reflection. And I know it's hard sometimes. It's like, oh, I don't want to see the truth. But that's what's going to help us get to really understanding who we are, why we came here. Because that's part of the lie that I actually can see where part of the lie, or what stops us from seeing the truth of why we're here, is, in essence, separation. Separation
Absolutely.
creates a barrier. Separation creates a barrier from you and everything.
Yes.
Everything, and even your purpose.
Yes,
And
it
so-
does. And the idea that you think everything is the separation, you think it's outside of you. The fact that you think that whatever your mother said to you when you were 15, when you were acting out, is outside of you, and that you're not your mother, and that your frequency and her frequency are really at one with one another. And it might take you to your 45 to recognize that you need to give both of you a little grace.
Right? Be like, damn, I am like my mom. I was a little too hard on her.
Especially when you start looking in the mirror and you see her looking back at you. You know, this is part of what I want to talk about today, the idea of when we are speaking to someone, do you take a moment to recognize that you're probably, if you're talking to family or husband or those who are close to you, even close friends, are you remembering when they've done something that you're talking to someone you love? Like, oh, let me watch my language. Let me get a hold of my thought pattern here. Who am I speaking to? You're my brother, right? Let me remember I love you.
Put down this loaded weapon of ammunition that's insults and profanity.
Yes, and let me speak to you. Let me remember that I love you and I'm here as part of the experience with you, because none of us are separate. So whatever you're expressing to me is a reaction to my frequency. And if I could remember, I win. I win. If I could remember I
Yeah.
love you, I win. And if you could remember you love me, we both win. You know,
Yeah.
nobody loses. Nobody loses. So, and it starts, of course, with the ones that we work with most.
So I want to take it back a little bit. You were talking about choices in two paths, and something that came up in my mind, and I've seen this in my journey and others alike, where first, understanding purpose is necessary. But then what happens is that I've seen where when you know what you're supposed to do, you know what not to do. So it's like the choices become clear, where there's less of a pool, because it's like the purpose helps with remembrance, but then it also helps with it's almost like an instantaneous, at least within my experience, it seems like as a side effect or a byproduct of knowing it, you automatically know, like they say, your conscience, right from wrong, what will serve you, what will get you there. And whether it's loud or it's a feeling, you hear it, you see it, it's something that I think that is available once we know. But this segues into something I wanted to bring forth, divine feminine, divine masculine, where there was a joint communication brought forth or transmission, where they were posing these questions to us that upon looking at them, and it's been a while since I have saw them prior to this moment, I was like, oh my gosh, just reading them at a glance stimulates something. It starts activating. But I can see where there are experiences where people don't quite know purpose, or maybe sometimes they do, but like there's like a holding back. Would you mind if I read some of these questions?
No, go
Just
ahead.
to share them. And I think you all may find some value from this.
I'd like to, after you read them, go back to how a person identifies purpose.
Yeah.
So to help
You
with the questions.
okay. You want to go into it now? Do you think
Sure,
we'd
I can.
rather?
It's
Yeah,
quick.
like
Yeah.
to yeah.
So one of the ways that it is easiest for you to begin the journey, it's not like you'll get there necessarily, but this is a question that comes up and has come up in the many years that I've been counseling people, where they don't know what what they think they're supposed to know to do. So it's not really that they don't know, but they can't identify it because they have in their head this image of what something's supposed to be. Remember how
That's true. Yeah.
you used to think that when your third eye opened, it was going to be
Oh, that
like the
jacked me
comic
up.
books.
Messed me up. I thought hologram was gonna pop out. Wheel. Dimensional realities. None of that happened. But now it's happening. But it didn't happen then. It's a process. I'm just saying.
So what a person can do is they can pay attention to what brings them into a higher experience. Like if you stand by, just everyone join me. Let us all walk to a waterfall. Let us hear the water falling. Let us see the foam of the water, the clarity of the water. Let us feel the negative ions in the air from being around a living waterfall. If that excites and incites you, it may be that your purpose is life, to support life. It may be that if you go to the botanical gardens and the exquisiteness of the flowers touches your soul in such a way that you are just grateful to be alive to have that moment. It may be that you're here to support life. It might be that when you're laying on your back on the ground or on the sand and you look up at the sky and you see the clouds and you know that if you speak to them, they will respond. And that excitement and that clarity of that level of oneness, it may be that you're here to support life. That might be the purpose. And now you can find out the mechanics of that. How does that play out?
Yeah, which is unique to each soul.
Yes, but if you have that, that will keep you grounded to stay on the earth to find the next step. Recognizing that you are life and you're here in service to life, and it is, if you don't know what's right and what's wrong, it's this idea of be in service to what produces life. So if smoking produces death, don't be in service to smoking. If vaping produces death, don't vape. If whatever the activity of drinking destroys brain cells, stop it. So then now your field is narrower. Now it's not like everything. And you can't determine, now you can see, I am in support of life. I am life, I'm in support of life. All of the things that are in creation are exciting to me. And that even though the dopamine of moving your finger through social media gives you little hits, you can disrupt that just by standing on the grass and looking at the sky. And now you're back into the reality of what really feels good. And it's multidimensional. So is that helpful?
Is that helpful? I'm there with you. I'm there with you. But I feel that it definitely supports it and expands the fullness of, once you have that, the choices become clear. Once you, let me just articulate what you shared. Recognizing I'm here to be in service and support life. Everything else is filtered through that.
Right.
The field is informed. And so we know that I'm choosing life, I'm not choosing life. So it sounds so simple and easy, but I think, we got programs and other things that we've identified with. Just like you said, there's preconceived ideas regarding things that just distort the decision-making process. Hence why things like energy hygiene is just so important for souls who are traversing this path, because, there's accumulation. Once you get clear, it's easier to discern.
Even what I was saying earlier, if you're in a conversation with someone you're in the middle of a divorce with, and you think, what do I need to do to best serve my life? Is it to speak to them from the point of view of their being sacred life? Should I remember they are life too, so that I can best be served?
People gonna need a sticky note or write it with a Sharpie. I'm alive. They are life. I'm life. Gotta remember. Because we got amnesia, Lauta. We be forgetting. We won this in truth in one moment, then we about to curse somebody out the next.
Yes, but every curse comes right back to you, like, protect yourself from yourself.
That's right. You.
Protect yourself from yourself. Every thought you have of aggression and destruction is yours to keep, even if you give it to somebody else.
These are really good reminders. You might want to write that on your hand with your Sharpie. You go into your meeting, your conference, read to yourself. All right, so speaking of reading, I'm going to read some of these questions, and that's a really good setup for these questions. So, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine prompted the following: what am I withholding that wants to be birthed through me?
Are we going to talk about these, or you just want to read the questions?
I mean, we could. We got time. We've been doing the whole hour and a half thing. Let's go for it. Like, what are your thoughts on this, Lota?
Oh, I think the setup was really good for this. What am I withholding? Am I withholding my trust or my belief? Am I, and we're not all about belief. We're really about knowing, but you have to start somewhere, and faith and belief is where people begin. Yeah. But the faith and belief doesn't begin in you believing when, like, a person says, I believe in you. It doesn't start there. It starts with believing in yourself. It doesn't start with you believing in someone else, because that's bound to fail. Giving the authority of your belief over to someone else when you haven't properly cultivated it in yourself, because that would would determine who stands in front of you, how much you believe in yourself.
My mom, like, you don't even got enough belief in your cup. You over here like, here, let me share. Stop. Fill your cup up. Please continue.
So often the feminine presents herself so often in our society as wounded, or as taken advantage of, or as needy, and upset that people won't give her what she needs. And the masculine often represents itself as controlling and uh, difficult and uh, not generous. And these are archetypes that do exist, but that is not the archetype that you would like to live in, and we don't often recognize it while we're in it. We don't recognize that we're walking around with our arm in a sling, like, I'm wounded.
Yeah.
I'm so wounded.
Over here, like, can I give you a hand?
Like,
Yo, hand in the sling. Fix yourself. I'm thinking about this card. It's actually a card pull for pre-recording that we're gonna do after this, which I think I.
it's
All right. Well, it's basically you must. I'm paraphrasing the heck out of this, but you gotta do for you first. So the
Motivation.
ones that
Right.
no, it's a different one actually. I pulled this for our second podcast. It's most important that you begin to trust you, and then the ones waiting for you to save them can trust you too. So this
Yes.
this is what we're gonna do after.
Yes.
But that's my mind's kind of ahead of the
Yes.
curve. But you were essentially speaking to that truth with
Yeah.
belief. Like you need to strengthen it, because how will other people believe? Or like if you say I believe in you, like they be like I don't feel it. Like I don't feel like they like her belief isn't strong enough. Like
like, I don't believe in me, and I don't think you're giving
Yeah.
me enough to push me up that
Right?
hill.
a little paper plane, yeah, just fell straight down.
Yes, it's interesting where we find ourselves, but the more important part is not where we have been or where we find ourselves, is where are we willing to go? Where are you willing to go? How much do you want to be alive in this life? How much life are you willing to pour into yourself that then makes it, you have enough available to give more to the ones who you care about and who are around you in your family and your DNA and all of the ones you want to support. So what are you withholding? What are all of us withholding? We're withholding love. Like, I don't want to give you love because last time I gave my love away, I don't even want to tell you about it. You know, like if I mess around and give you some love, I've been down this road before, Neo.
But I was about to say, raise your hand if you agree. You don't got to. That's the human experience. Most. Like, damn, I did that. We've been burned, and yeah. So this is again energy hygiene, cleaning, clearing, releasing, programming
Yes.
stuff, loving oneself, giving yourself the love, but also like, uh, I know this isn't the focal point, but on that note, I've learned that there are often red flags,
Yes.
and like there are layers and expressions of love, and again, blinded, and looking, because I know looking back in my experience, I'm like, dang, all the signs were there. All the signs were there. And it was not so much that the person took my love and stumped on it. I really didn't love self, and I was not really given what I thought was love.
And so they couldn't really do with it what you intended, and that was disappointing.
That's that preconceived idea again.
Yeah, that's that frequency, and it must come from a place where you have, if you can't go into deep love of self, then honor and respect self. Like, give yourself some honor, some respect. Like, present yourself in a way that's respectable and honorable to you, not to me.
Damn, I feel like that's rubbing real hard against love.
Well, that's because respect is love adjacent. You know, you respect somebody you real close to, you can jump into love.
Yeah.
You can fall.
Right?
You can trip.
Dip my, oh, damn, we in love right now. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing this, but I have so much respect for you that I guess I do. You
Right.
know, so
That's interesting.
Present
Yeah,
yourself
understanding.
as a person who someone could feel that for, and that you feel it for yourself. Like, wake up and think, yes, you know, I respect myself enough to present myself in a way that others can respect me too. And then I'm willing to respect them. I'm willing to do the things that allow me to show respect, whatever that happens to be and whatever the situation is. And then the person goes, ooh, that person's showing me respect. Ooh, I wonder what I have to do back.
Right, yeah. Just
Why don't you just mirror what they did?
yeah.
If you're unsure, just mirror the same thing. withholding. What am I withholding? Mostly we're withholding love. And it is the one thing that when you exit this reality, there is no death, but when you exit this reality and you can't come back in to complete these ideas, you don't want to be thinking, I should not have held my love for my mother or my brother or my husband or my children, because it was free and it was available and you actually meant it, but you didn't do it. So that's the answer to
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think about that sometimes, specifically when it comes to like opportunities in front of me, seeing like myself in the other person and like what it is bringing forth out of me to do for not only myself but to give to and be in service. And I think about like I don't want to look back and be like, damn, I had the opportunity,
Yeah, it's
and
yeah.
just feel some type of way about that. But again, I think again having these understandings in the forefront, or maybe writing them down in your hand, it's a good place to help us be in the remembrance and in the pocket.
Yes, that dopamine hit that you get when you like slam somebody, like you should have done so and so, and I got all the evidence and all the facts.
Look, there's better dopamine
I
out
was
there.
just going to say that
It's much
pales
better.
by comparison to making sure that you led with love. That dopamine is like with a capital D,
Yeah.
because that sustains you through the whole lifetime. That is in your Akashic record. That is what you can build on forever. That one time you said the smart thing or the clever thing, or you cursed the person, or that falls flat on the floor, yes, you do get to keep it, but it doesn't elevate you. So I think it's really important to take every opportunity to uplift, to be of service, to, even in the face of someone's ignorance, to still be the greater expression of teaching in that moment. And then, of course, don't negotiate with truth. Tell the truth, but it doesn't have to be dead truth. You don't have to kill them with the truth. It could be where you tell the truth and hopefully they can manage it. If not now, later.
Yeah, and if they don't, it's okay.
There's that.
Because you led with love.
Yes. Yeah.
It wasn't dead truth. All
Yeah.
right. Next question here, brought forth from the divine feminine and divine masculine. What need in the world awakens a deep response within me?
Yes.
That's a really good one because, I'll just speak on it. For me, it's when I look at the world, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, dang, I'm a product of this.
Yes.
What is helping me get through this and move outside of the toilet bowl, or at least lower the levels of toxic water in the toilet bowl? And it's this passion for energy hygiene. Teaching people, people need this. Because if they had this, or and not just energy, but like the lifestyle of pursuing to be light. Because energy hygiene helps you clear debris to bring forth and express more light. And because we walking around looking like darkies, dark as night, with the false light. And so that, every time I look out and I ask a question like this is the first thing that sparks up, because I'm like, damn, they needed this because this is what I needed. And it's funny how that works, where like the thing that worked for you is usually the thing that you want to give back to the world, to be in service, to help others in some capacity.
It's very true. Even at every level, whether you're teaching energy hygiene, participating in Ho'oponopono, doing affirmations, watching, paying attention to what your thoughts are, so that you don't habitually go into a thought that is from your epigenetics of your parents or the ones around you, that you're not habitually thinking curse words because all the music you listen to is curse words, and the people around you are speaking that way, and you sentence yourself into the lowest levels of frequency by not even meaning it, by inadvertently repeating over and over again things that are vibrating at such a low frequency that then you become a product of the vibration of what you listen to. So the idea of energy hygiene is however you do it, whether you're standing on the earth, holding onto a tree, looking at flowers and asking them to heal, doing proactive practices, paying attention to what media that you allow yourself to hear. All of these things are excellent ideas. What I find often happens is people think, this took me 15 minutes. It took 15 minutes. And like, oh, you had to put your phone down for 15 minutes? You couldn't wait to get back to it? It took me an hour to do everything that I decided that I wanted to do, and I'm calling you to let you know it took me an hour.
Look, we humans have squandered much more time doing things that have not given back any level of significant results or increase. But so what is that?
So
what is that?
So you sleep 8 hours, and then you have...
And people scroll for 2 hours and not remembering what their last 3 scrolls even were.
And then you have 16 hours, probably 2 of which are hunting and gathering food, and then the rest of the time is you and your thoughts. And if you cultivate thoughts about yourself, you would need probably at least 2 hours. When I give the prescription of Ho'oponopono, I start with 1 hour. Start with 1 hour a day. You can do it 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time, but you need to do 1 hour. In truth of fact, if they could manage it, I would have told them to. Because then life will change. 2 hours of thinking, thank you, I love you, please forgive me, will change your life. The circumstances, the way people talk to you, how much money comes to you. But if you can't stand, if you have to fill your hand with your phone, if you have to fill your hand with the music, if you have to fill your brain with the kind of conversation that has kept you from growing, then you get to stay there. That's the reward. If you're willing to do more, your brain will grow and you'll get more.
So we can't just do nothing and get what we want? We can't do no thing and gain?
And get something. There is a law in this universe of the reciprocal, where everything has an equal side to it. So, there's you pay for the elevation by your dedication to be elevated. If you got 15 minutes of dedication available to you, that's how much elevation you're going to get. You got 2 hours of dedication available to you, you're going to get the benefit of what 2 hours of dedicated love of self will get you.
When we have this conversation, typically I get triggered, but I find myself a little more balanced right now. And I see how we operate as humans, because I do it, or I've done it, where time is wasted. And then what? And this time that's wasted where that could have been utilized on, and it's not even a lot, like in the scheme of things. But what I have seen within my own journey is that understanding more of who I am has helped cultivate more of the desire and really the value for it. The value, like, oh, because this is who I am, and I know, oh, like, even if you do scroll for a little bit, I know who I am, I know, oh, I probably accumulate a little something, let me raise myself up to the highest possible vibration and keep it moving with my work, like do a little something, but that's because I know who I am. And I think it's funny because in the soul translation class for the luminous light method, the first day is, who are you?
Yes.
Because what we're talking about is a lifestyle, all of this, not just in the luminous life method, but this is somewhat of like an adjunct to it, to move into the pocket. You had any other thoughts on this before we jump into the next question?
Yes, the idea, our technology is that of a receiver and a transducer and a broadcaster. We are frequency beings.
Literally.
So if we allow social media, I have noticed that after about 15 minutes, my frequency changes when I watch one horrible story after another of all kinds of negative things happening, it doesn't take long before now my frequency is different. Like I was in one mind and happy, and now I'm okay. It's barely noticeable, but as time goes on. So we should just pay attention to our own reality, the truth of our own experience. And when you feel yourself starting to drop, raise yourself back up. Do some kind of affirmation or a practice that pulls you up. Gain your sovereignty back. Because every minute you stay on there is a minute that has been approved by all of the ones who are the controllers, that they may talk to you and change your brainwaves.
Oh yeah,
It's
and they're
all
doing it. It's
approved.
consent.
Yes.
We're giving it up, and and that's always the case. Where it's not so much that they're doing something to me. We over here, yeah, let me just. We over here cooking with the baby, you know. It's the consent.
But it's the dopamine hit. We're getting, every time you scroll to a new thing, you're getting a little baby dopamine hit. But if you went outside, you could disrupt that artificial field and drop it and not have your hormones hijacked by those who are in control of what we see.
Yeah.
Because anything you're seeing is approved. It's approved for the next stages of human development, the way they have it planned. And a bigger idea is that what we're asking in affirmation or in doing energy hygiene is we're asking for you to think a good thought. What they're asking is don't think.
Yeah, let me think for you.
You don't think anything. So when someone says to me, it took half an hour, I'm like, you thought for a whole half an hour?
See, but that's the thing. People
Good
is
for you.
thinking it's hard, Lota.
That's
that
only
takes energy.
because we've outsourced it. It's
I'm not,
not
used
actually
to this.
hard.
I'm not used to just sitting 15 minutes and think on something positive.
I know, it's so funny because sometimes you'll say to me, you're just staring out the window. I'm like,
Yo, Lota, let me tell you about Lota. Let me tell you about Lota. So sometime I'll go to her. I might have a question. It might be business related. And she's not here. She is somewhere else, just in the silence, staring off through the window. And I know it ain't a lot going on through the window. Sometimes birds might show up. She is fortunate enough to have a blueberry bush. I know you're not watching the blueberries grow. It take time. I don't know if you're slowing down time, speeding it up, but I know she is elsewhere. And then when I actually get her attention, she said, "Oh." I was like, "Oh, you weren't here, were you? My bad. I'm sorry. Should I come back?" It's a real thing.
I encourage everybody to get some of that. Get you some of that silence.
Yeah, but you're inside. You're in the real world.
Yeah, I'm not outside. Just because I'm sitting by the window, I'm really inside. But it's like, get back to making your thoughts. Get back to where your thoughts originate. Get back to being the sovereign lord of what you think by taking a break from what has been curated and served up to you like slop they give the prisoners.
Literally, because when we go through, I went on yesterday. It was the first time in a while, and I was like, "Oh, damn!" I was just trying to swipe fast. I was like, "I can't let that linger," because what you're giving me, they try to start you off good.
So it's something
they hit me with the Professor Yang, the Asian dude who's talking that. I'm like, okay, and I just set it down. I'm listening. I'm like, okay, it's done. Oh man, and you get hit, and sometimes we end up watching and staying for it. So I can see the need to break away, and like they don't have our best interest in mind. And then at the same time, like I think that people also have something called FOMO, fear of missing out. Like if I don't go on, then and I know we done went down a trail.
But it's okay.
path,
I think we could end it with this idea of we could end our session today with that idea. I love what you just said. What do you call it?
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yes. Did you have something else to say about
just that? That's something that I actually went through, where I felt as though if I'm not on, even though I am not in favor of who owns the platforms and the agreements and how the algorithm is not algorithming how it used to.
Yeah.
I know there's still some information that I can. Nope, nope. Fast. You're not missing anything, and actually, you are missing something. You're missing out on the internal world. You're missing out on like the communication from birds and trees trying to get your attention, or little spiders, or the beautiful moments that can be had with those who are within proximity.
So this, if everyone will think about it, let's just go through this administration and the election. Since the election happened, what has happened that you heard on social media that changed your life in a way that you needed to have seen it when it happened or needed to be informed about it? What has happened to get your attention that you personally needed to be part of? All the bills that have been signed, all of the laws that have been passed, all of the scandals that have happened. How is it that has, if you're afraid of you're missing out, what have you missed out on? What piece of information, because there's so many things happening all over the world.
Yeah.
You are missing out on the latest of whatever. Many of them are premature and not able to go into full development, and a lot of them are scare tactics.
Yes.
That are being announced to make sure that we're afraid afraid enough so that our frequency will drop, so those that feed off of and harvest low vibrations, sadness, depression, wounding, all of the things. I feel like somebody owes me something, people need to do something for me, they gotta help me. All of those things are encouraged because there are those who feed off of that. And so if you're missing something, you may have missed more of that. You might have missed 25 opportunities to make you more depressed.
And I think that's really the reality, because once you tap into one thing, they keep showing you more of it. Okay, so when I went on yesterday, I saw them do the thing. And as I'm watching it, they kept showing me data centers. And then but they kept showing me the same information. I was like, oh, I see what you're doing. I'm done. I put it away. I went back to handling business because I'm like, no, I already know. I already got it. I don't have to keep hearing the same story over and over and over and over. So now I'm programmed. Now you done implanted it in me. Now it's unconsciously broadcasted and collected to help fuel your reality. I don't want to contribute to that. And I got one more little facet. Something that I also realized, people with light and power know who you are, because they need people like you. They need the person who don't recognize how much light they got to be over here feeding light into their narrative. And so my guidance has shared that with me.
Yes,
come on now, like, don't be feeding
and you are not only feeding, you are authorizing it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to keep up with every single thing they're doing so that you can be on top of it, so that you can be in the know, so that
and do what with it? Like, that's sensory overload, information overload.
You are authorizing, you are giving your authority, because you have now moved into the space where you are afraid of their next move. Oh, they're going to do so and so. You know, people are like, Lota, they're doing so and so. I'm like, they're not doing it to me.
Like, go outside and breathe. Go touch the grass. Go hug a tree. Do something.
The best thing to do, I'm on a need-to-know basis. So if I need to know, by all means, you all let me know. But, you know, I'm on a need to, something happens in politics, you think I need to know, let me know. If something happens, I'm already doing the things I need to do to keep my arena and of the sun safe, and all of you who are in it. So if something is coming into our sphere and you think we need to know, we definitely want to know, but we encourage you to not authorize and give your powerful light energy by giving your attention. And also, you have given up your joy, because you can't be joyful in pursuit of that.
Yeah, I think that's something to really think about, and to find what you're speaking on. What I'm hearing is this finding the balance within it. Like, have information, but don't allow it to consume you. Don't allow it to, you often speak about authoring the script of your reality. When, again, back to the car, motivation, remember why you're here. You didn't come here for that. Yeah, that's happening, and I know what it looks like, but we here to broadcast something greater. I had these thoughts the other day. I was thinking about how during the deconstruction, there are people waking up, but then there's people who are like upset with what they refer to as NPCs, non-playable characters. That could be associated with people who may be asleep, not awake, and they're still deep within the system, and feeling like, oh, it's because of them, and they keep agreeing. I was like, no, it's not. And I was thinking about the studies from we've used this in some of our teachings, the map of consciousness, and higher you raise up in consciousness, the more effect you have on reality. And it's not always something that you see directly in front of you because it's non-local. And then like, where are you within that truth? And that was the questioning and the prompting that my guidance gave me. Like, as it relates to what people are saying, because I'm hearing them, I'm not in agreement, but they brought it up to me. They're like, no, like, that's not the truth. But this is what more people have to realize, that, yeah, it don't take a lot of us, but we have to raise our consciousness and direct consciousness on the higher levels of choosing life, etc., versus like fear, everything that's below power on that threshold, victimhood, etc., etc.
The reward is so great. I'm already, and those who know the sun are already in the benefit of receiving the reward for knowing that we have changed the malleability of our reality. We have already averted catastrophic events that we all saw and forecasted years ago that have not manifested and will not manifest.
Like, damn, I guess that one didn't come down the pipeline. I guess we got a little more time out here.
Yes.
Feels good.
Because we are in the opposite energy. We're not in fear. It is important not to accept that someone else has the ability to be to sentence you to a destiny you have not decided. If that happens to you, it's because you have not decided otherwise. Yeah. It is your decision, your thought, your decision that keeps someone from being the author of you. So if you don't like this, then be happy, be joyful, don't pay attention, but don't pay so much attention that you're now consumed by the next scrolling announcement of doom.
Yeah.
Don't.
I know what the next doom is. What else everybody else is? How is people responding to the doom?
Right, that will keep everybody upset and frustrated and also on the verge of psychosis.
Yeah, truly.
So psychosis is extremely large in our society now. People are having a lot of psychotic behavior because of either trying to make a world where they can live without this world, or being in this world and trying to keep up with the many things.
That's hard.
Yes.
It's tough.
It is.
I got one more question I'd like to bring forth. This was a really good one.
Okay.
There's so many, and I want to read all of them. Of course I do, but this one I think is more so of active, transformative, where like something we can do right now to see some real active change in a relatively short amount of time. What patterns, actually, like real time in the moment, what patterns no longer support the fulfillment of my divine work? Lao Tzu, we be knowing. We don't need a psychic. You don't got to open up the Akasha. We know the things that it's like, man, I should stop that. Maybe I should stop that. I should do that instead. I have seen enough cases where we know. That's all I'm saying. Like, we know. Like, I want you to sit with it, because, like, it's sometimes we again are outsourcing our power, our authority over what's happening, but as humans, we find ourselves in self-sabotaging experiences where we have done the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, expecting different results.
It's like you saying, they only had 3D printed chicken and white biscuits. I had to eat it. There was nothing
There was
else.
nothing else to eat. I hadn't eaten all day.
Yeah, I had to eat the thing that was going to,
What do you want?
contribute to my high blood pressure and my sugar diabetes and
Lauta, what do you want me to do? Fast? I'm not trying to starve out here.
I,
All right.
take me out of that equation.
All right.
It's like
All right.
we are so limited that we don't realize there's a million other things we can do besides eat that 3D printed chicken.
Look, chicken ain't chicken no more.
Yes, be
I know
careful.
this is not that conversation, but the general theme of, let me just read this again. What patterns no longer support the fulfillment of my divine work? So, again, when we know what's up, when we know purpose, or have at least some ballpark, because, I think purpose is also an unfolding understanding. It expands, but in some cases, there's like a clear, like, thin thread of like, this is what drives me, this is what inspires me, this is what moves me. And like having that, we can, again, just to recall back to our conversation, it presents clear choices of what leads us more on that path and what doesn't. And then when, even though we have the clarity, I think sometimes we need to sit down to be like, all right, how long am I going to keep doing this? Or is this really going to get me to where I think I'm going to go?
Yeah.
Like the sit down, growing up, they termed it a come to Jesus moment.
Yeah,
But come to source, come to the truth, come to the light.
yeah. It's also this idea of being the victim. I gotta eat. That's a victim. But, what was I supposed to do? I needed a husband, or
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah.
yeah, or whatever the thing is. And you cannot be both. You cannot be the victim and the master. You can't be the master of helping all the ones that you are here to help and be the victim that's victimized by the thing that you're letting
You jumping
victimize
into the
you.
next podcast. She's giving you a little early dose. It is important that you begin to trust you, and then the ones waiting for you to save them can trust you too.
So I think I would like to ask you if you'll bring the rest of the questions back to the next podcast.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you
open
still
to it.
have more that you'd like, because these
We
were
have
great.
several. There's several that are literally through the lens of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, like the understanding of what these polarities are requiring of you as it relates to your purpose, which is very introspective. I see it requires truly sitting down, exploring. We're worth it. It's, from my
We're
perspective.
worth it, and we are dedicated here at Of the Sun in this live stream to talk about relationships, and this sounds like relationship material.
It's certainly relationship. There's relationships in all directions. Relationship with your purpose, and your contract and agreements for being here. Relationship with the current perception that you hold. Relationship with the divine polarities within you. You can keep going on and on.
I'm hoping that when we talk to, I think we're going to be talking to those who are on the live stream now, that you all will let us know if you would like to hear more of this, because I'd like to do the next show continuing in this process.
Yeah. But wait, there's more. So if you want more, please throw it in the comment. Throw a comment in the chat and let us know. We definitely will come back with these questions for sure. So let's go back up. I'm going to jump into the chat. And as usual, thank you all for sticking with us in this conversation. It's been very stimulating,
Yes.
Lalta.
Yes, I think so too.
It's funny, like this view is so scenic. It's like the pink and the floral and then
Oh, I'm so
pink
glad.
here.
Good.
I don't know if it
Now that
hits
my
the
mic is
same-
on straight.
It's working. All right, so first off, shout out to Gina, giving a shout out. Absolutely, positively loving the threats today. Looking radiant as always. We appreciate you, Gina.
Yay.
Stacy OTS says, this top, oh, hold on a second. The chat is scrolling due to new comments. But we got a comment from Stacy OTS. This topic is spot on. I have been clearing illusion of separation and acting in unconditional love in all situations, even when the first inclination is default to hatred or pain. It is shifting so much and helping me take more responsibility to be free. How free are you going to be? Free to the E? Like all the E's? So, yeah, we gotta clear the illusion and the delusion. You know.
So I want to speak about that. What happens is we have a trauma in our experience, and it kind of pushes us into levels of illusion, whatever the trauma is. But if we don't resolve that, if we don't clear it, if we don't work it through, it hardens into delusion. Once it hardens into delusion, now we're walking around in a bubble of our own thought that nobody else is part of. It's just our
Yeah,
delusion.
it's like you can't even corroborate a fact
Yes.
that's objective
Right,
to
where there's no
this.
way to have a communion, because now we're in this delusion, which is meant to protect the illusion that was developed because of the trauma.
So, do you all feel what she's saying? Like how deep that is? I used to have conversations with her about this because once I understood what illusion and delusion was, the side effect that delusion is of illusion, it was scary because it's like, oh my gosh, this person is in this reality and there's like nothing you can do to change it. Like this is something like they have
A
to
plus B equals
break
C,
out
period,
on
the
their
end.
own.
I can't
You know?
see anything else. It's only the way I see it. This is, and then they often tell themselves they're creating their reality.
Yeah, and this is most of the world. Like
Yes.
I'm thinking about it in so many different facets where it's like hard held.
Yes.
There's no breaking through.
Yes.
It's yeah,
So
this
it's
this is a
good to
very
work on
interesting
that.
perspective. Yeah, but, she said something about like hatred and pain. I thought that was interesting because like those type of emotions are just very like my gosh, like
Trauma.
ah
That's the trauma. That's the trauma.
like if I could, I would.
Yeah,
You
that's the
know.
trauma that can start a cascading event, which our world is in that cascading event. We have all been
Yeah,
traumatized.
that's the
We
thing.
have all experienced people possibly hating us or us hating them, and there's pain associated with the separation that hatred brings, whether you're the initiator of it or the receiver of it.
Yeah, and the cross contamination. All right, so we'll go to the next comment. Stephanie Singletary, she says, I have come to realize that love, in all caps, true, authentic love is the key to everything. Everything. She didn't say thing.
She didn't spell it out that way.
No, but I kind of, I know Stephanie. Everything just being edifying to our experience and existence here. You know what? She sent me a song back in the day. Shout out to Stephanie Singletary. It's a house song called "Big Love." You know, so it's kind of like within the pocket of what she's saying. But I think this is cool because, like, again, it speaks to exactly what we were saying.
Well, it's certainly the first thing to start with is love of self.
Yeah.
Love yourself, and then all else becomes possible.
Yes. Yes. Le Leon Eddie says, one of the strongest lessons my mom taught me that I will never forget. We live or die by the choices we make. I added to the lesson I learned myself by way of living. In parentheses, she says, my choices are my own. No one can make them for me. No one can choose life or death for me. I have to make the choice myself.
Yes.
That girl sound empowered.
It's so interesting because the idea of live or die is so dimensional. Like you could like live. Like, do you feel that?
Yeah, because you know, people are like, I'll die for this. It's like,
No,
nah,
you could
like,
live
live.
for this. You could like live for your life. You could live for this planet.
Yeah.
You could live for Earth. You could live for your children. You know, that idea of you got to die for them feels a little bit like, yeah.
It sounds like you just reciting old lyrics. That's what it is. It sounds like programming, like you've been listening too much Prince. That's what's. I would die for. And it'd be feeling good too. Yeah, I would, but like, no. You see what they do to us?
Yeah, but her
or what
mother,
we allow?
like her mother, is so the choices really all end up with you reaching this intersection of you choose this, and this could be living, or this, and this could be the beginning of dying.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful, what a wonderful benefit your mother gave you.
That power of choice is really something here. It's just reoccurring.
Choice is everything. It's everything.
We have Stacey OTS again. That's where the challenge is. Seeing the divine even in the less appealing reflections, that's where the growth shines. Um, you, Lao Tzu, you've been using this language called don't allow the signal inform your signal. Well, or more so influence how you broadcast your signal. And that's something that really has been sticking with me and just helps. This type of language helps us move into more of the identity of who and what we are. You
Yes.
mentioned it earlier, transmitter, broadcaster, transducer, receiver. That's what's happening. It's a signal.
It is, we all have the signal. Some of us feel it in our bodies, some of us hear it as a voice, some of us see it when we open our eyes. But when we move against the signal, or we let the false signal come in, doesn't end well. And we've been doing it our whole
It
lives, so
never goes well.
we know when we're like, oh, I thought that was the signal, but it turned out that wasn't.
That was the dark signal.
That was that false light.
Yeah.
That was that
A
false,
false
light.
light.
That said, do this, go to that basement, meet these people, do this.
Curse them out. Slip them tires.
That's that false signal.
All right.
So yes, we do have to, and you can ask your guidance to help you hold the signal for your highest and best interests. Like prompt you. You can ask for whatever you want. In the asking is the receiving.
Certainly. Got another comment. There's quite a few comments here. We're going to keep going, trying to move through these swiftly. Some of them I'll just make a little hint towards. So, for example, Leonardi is like, yes, I feel like I need to respect myself and respect my own wishes. And I think that's, you often talk about being congruent with your word, being congruent with yourself. And, it always feels like it's out there, but it's how we feel about the word or the agreement to self. And it's funny how like we have a tendency to just break our own word with ourselves to the point where we don't even be believing ourselves.
Yeah, we break our own hearts.
Yeah.
We break our own hearts.
You broke my heart. Nah, your heart been broke before I met you. He was throwing it at the wall.
No,
kicking it.
One of the ways is after something has taken place, in the privacy of your own mind, when there's no other things, does it make you feel valued? Did you agree to something that makes you feel valuable? If not, you didn't agree to the right thing. That's really your litmus test. Do I feel greater because I have joined on to this idea? Do I feel nothing or do I feel less? Those are options. And I encourage you to ask yourself, like you might have to say, I'll have to get back to you. I have to go think about this. I don't know if I'm in agreement with that.
And it's okay. Because I've had moments where I feel like, like the press of having to answer in that moment. And it's like, no, I could get back to you. Give me like 24, 48 hours.
and then you have a chance to see, is this going to make me feel greater? Or am I better off without making this decision? If I make this decision, will I feel less powerful? And where your power is what you'll be giving away if it doesn't serve you.
I just had another thought on that of how valuable taking that course of action is, because sometimes the individual may not be strong enough in the press and in the face of the right there and the come on, do it, do the thing I want you to do, and like yeah, and like you need to. Sometimes it helps to be out of the field, out of the influence, and like with yourself staring off outside the window, just just inside. You like that callback? You stand up. I'm gonna do sit down instead.
Yeah, you need a moment in the silence, like get friendly with the silence.
Yes. So we got another one. Someone's quoting you, respect is love adjacent. So often I feel like I try to do the opposite way or wait. I just realized I was taught respect is earned, not given. But that implies you have to work for the respect of people outside of self.
Respect is earned, and so is love. You earn the love of the people who love you day by how you talk to them, how you interact with them, what you do with them. You earn respect by being respectful. It's not like you're breaking bricks. It's like, may I have that? Or should I just take it? Maybe I should be respectful.
Respect has just went down 2 points on the Dow Jones. Your stock has dropped.
Like eating off somebody's plate without asking them, assuming that you know that you have your children's bank accounts. It's okay to go in them. That's not none of that's respectful. And I hear all those stories.
Like they mine. I give birth to them. That's my bank account. That's mine.
So respect is earned by being respectful.
Yes, yes.
Now, it's not like you have to go work on the chain gang, you know. But yes, it is earned. Love is earned and respect are earned, and so it should be too. When you give someone respect who hasn't earned it, when you authorize them with your respect and they haven't, you may have a problem down the road.
Ooh, it sounds like a lesson. Sounds
Yes,
like a learning experience.
That's so the truth. Love and respect are earned.
She had one more comment. She said, I can definitely give myself respect for free. 100. That was cute.
Yes.
We got a comment from Gina. Learning to truly love myself first in order to show up with love for others, but conditioning has definitely been pushing back. But I know I was made for this, so I will always do my best to go inward.
That's what I love. I was made for this.
It's like, I know what the signal looks like. I know what I've done, but I know what I am.
I sometimes tell Tavares, I'm like, you were made for this, you know.
Like, that's right, Lota. I was. Thank you, reflection.
Yes.
For real.
Yeah.
Stephanie Singletary's back. She's quoting, if you do no thing, then nothing will happen, Lota of the Sun. Wisdom is so satisfying to the soul. You feel it in your bones, Stephanie? Stephanie, I feel it in my bones.
Thank you, Stephanie, for all these great quotes, for pulling out of the many things that are being said, these great quotes. We would like to do a book on quotes, and we would invite everyone to pull out quotes if you would like, and you can be part of that project by securing them, because we don't know what I'm going to say. We don't.
Look. These are, you see there's no script. I mean, we have bullet point notes, that's a card, and it's all from inside and the truth, spontaneous, and that's what I love about these talks. You know, we're just vibing, conversive, being authentic, transparent, and the people say they want more. So they did respond to you. People want more of this, so we can revisit these things next week.
I'd like to do this again next week. I also would like to encourage everyone to lean into this. You know, this week, spend some time with loving yourself. Give yourself a little bit of mercy. Give yourself some grace. Whatever happened, it's all right. There's tomorrow. There's today. You are eternal. You got forever. It's all right. It really is. Whatever pace you're at is the pace you're at. However, those who are ready to get on board, it's going to go down here on the earth plane.
It's going down and we going up. Well, All right, so before we conclude, any final thoughts regarding our motivation card today? It is time to awaken and remember. Remember who you are. You chose this.
I think the whole conversation has been that.
Be like, take what has been given.
Yeah, I mean,
marinate, digest.
I hope that you will be
assimilate those
motivated.
nutrients.
I hope you will be motivated to find the joy, find the happiness, find the elevation in who you are. I love this idea of, yes, I have to earn respect, and I'm up to it too. I have to earn love, and I'm good with that. I can earn me some love. Like that, the alternate is you can't even earn it. You know, like, you know, the good news is you can get it by earning it. That it's not unavailable to you. It's a job that you can do. You can take on that job of earning respect.
It's a job. Inside job.
Excellent.
Inside job. I'm on a roll today, Lota.
I know.
Hot, coming in hot.
So we thank you all for joining us today. It was a hot day at the at the live stream.
Yeah, the live stream. 'Cause we didn't do Harvest Man Cafe today. Lota and I are both on liquids, and then Diane brought us, I think, a salad today. But, we're still happy camping.
Oh yeah, it's feeling really good, and we thank you for joining us.
Yes,
We hope
yes.
that you will join us again next week. We'd like to leave you with the greetings of Invocation Veritas, with honor, respect, gratitude, integrity, discipline, and action. Thank you.